Alright, welcome to the final episode of the Epic the Musical Deep Dive. Today we're looking at the ITHACA Saga. If you've been here from the start, I appreciate it, and if you're new, then you're in luck. The entire series is now free for you to watch. Go check it out on my channel. If you're one of those people, Epic the Musical is about Homer's Odyssey. It's got 9 sagas, hence 9 episodes. And in the previous episode, Odysseus has defeated one of the final bosses, Poseidon, and has now made it back home. But before we catch up with Odysseus, we are going to catch up with Penelope, Odysseus' wife. What has she been up to this whole time? We'll find out in the challenge.
I'm supposed to choose a suitor to wear the crown.
Ooh, okay.
I said I would choose as soon as I weave this shroud.
Wow, lovely deep voice on her. This is very singer-songwriter so far.
Every night I unthread all the work I've done, 'cause I'd rather lie than allow them to think they've won. Though I never thought that I'd resort to this.
Wow, it's so delicate.
Know I'll be here, but I don't know how much longer I'll last.
Okay.
Since we saw that storm.
Dude, this feels like a Disney movie.
Though it was so close to our kingdom, it was far from the norm.
Oh, that's the storm that Poseidon and Odysseus fought in.
How does it feel to be helpless? How does it feel to know pain?
Ooh. Wow.
And though it was so close to our kingdom, it was far from the norm. Unless, how could it be some kind of sign
Dude.
that my world is all about to change?
Oh, nice run.
Buying you time. Buying you time.
I love this, man. There's definitely a parallel between Odysseus constantly singing waiting, waiting, and Penelope's singing buying you time. They're complementing each other, and I don't know, it's just a cool way of showing their relationship and showing how strong their love is and their connection is. And we're also discovering kind of Penelope's trickery and her wits as well, very similar to Odysseus. I think there's 2 things being explored here. One is that she would say to these suitors, by the time I finish weaving the shroud for, I believe it was either Odysseus' mother or Odysseus himself, by the time I finish weaving the shroud, I'll be ready to move on. But every time it gets to nighttime, she unweaves the shroud and starts again. So that's just like a stalling method. And another piece of trickery that we're going to find out later is Penelope issuing the challenge to shoot Odysseus' bow, which I think was enchanted by Athena so that only Odysseus could draw it. So I don't know, it's just a great way of showing how similar Odysseus and Penelope are.
Whoever can string my husband's own bow and shoot through 12 axes cleanly.
Dude, oh my god. I love how she switches between chest voice and then head voice at the end of that phrase. Whoever can string my husband's own bow. Like, that is such a nice way of showing sort of delicacy, because as you transition to head voice, there's a lot more room to have that really nice vibrato at the end of the phrase. It's a completely different vibe if she just straight up sang it with chest voice, right? Like, whoever can string my husband's own bow. I mean, I guess it's more intense and emotional, but that's not the vibe they're going for.
Let the arrow fly once you know that your aim is true. 'Cause I'd rather die than grow old without the best of you. Though I never thought that these would be the lengths we go for love, I would not have it any
God.
other way. Waiting.
Oh my god. I love that song. Wow. And the ending is resolved. The first time we heard this waiting motif in the Underworld saga, I mentioned how that it was unresolved, and that kind of symbolized the fact that Odysseus had not yet reached home. But here, Penelope resolves the phrase herself, and the meaning is kind of twofold. The more obvious one being that she is resolved in waiting for Odysseus, but the more metaphorical one, the more metatextual one, is that Odysseus is coming back, and the whole 20 years of waiting is about to be resolved. Okay, the challenge has been issued. What will the suitors react to it? We're gonna find out in Hold Them Down.
Whoever can string the old king's bow and shoot through 12 axes cleanly.
Same motif.
The new king sit down at the throne, Penelope as his queen. Where is he? Where is the man who can string this bow? Screw this competition.
I love the fact that the suitors kind of twist Penelope's motif. The fact that when Penelope sang it, it was so romantic and so beautiful, but when the suitors sing it, whoever can string the old king's bow, it's a dig at Odysseus, right? I do like how this "where is he" motif is always followed by Antonius singing. It's kind of like his entourage of sorts. Just makes him a lot more of a menacing villain.
None of us can string this. We don't have the power. Screw this damn challenge. No more delays. Can't you guys see we're being
He's smart.
played? This
I
is
said this
how
before.
they hold us down while the throne gets colder. Hold us down while we slowly age.
The mind.
Hold us down while the boy gets bolder. Where in the hell is our pride and our rage?
Woo! The rasp reminding me of Poseidon. Might be a comparison there.
Haven't you noticed who's missing? Don't you know the prince is not around? I heard he's on a diplomatic mission, and I heard today he comes back to town. So
Okay.
I say we gather near the beaches.
Oh,
I say
ambush.
We wait till he arrives.
Cowards. I have talked at length about how Antonius has been propped up as this very authoritarian, very powerful figure, rivaling that of Poseidon and Zeus, but like, now I'm kind of noticing that bro is like a little bit of a scumbag. Like, he says at the beginning that he lacks the power to draw the bow, and now he's preparing to ambush someone instead of fighting them straight on. Guess my hopes for the man was a bit too high.
Hold him down while I slit his throat. Hold him down while I slowly break his pride, his trust, his faith, and his bones. Into tiny pieces in the great below. And when the deed is done, the queen will have no one to stop us from breaking her bedroom door. Stop us from taking her love and more.
Oh no. Oh no.
And then we'll hold her down while her gate is open. Hold her down while I get a taste. While we share her spoils, I will not let any part go to waste.
I mean, nice metaphor, but like, no.
Hold him down, hold him down, hold him down, hold him down, hold him down. Channel the fire inside your soul.
Oh! I didn't expect him to just die there. That was a very anticlimactic end. They propped him up to be this next big bad and then just killed him instantly. This is very on theme for Antonius. It's kind of continuing what he said in Legendary and in Little Wolf, but here, 100% more explicit. Like, it's a perfectly written villain monologue song. Good riddance, I guess. Odysseus has come in at the perfect moment, bro has the best timing and has shot Antonius in the throat. The guy is dead, and I will miss his singer, bro. The person who voices him. Amazing job. But we are on to the next song. Odysseus is definitely not happy seeing all the suitors in his home. The next song is called Odysseus.
For 20 years I've suffered every punishment and pain. I come back and find my palace desecrated.
those
Sacks like
strings.
Troy.
Pushing
Worst
focus
of
on.
all, I hear you dare to touch my wife and hurt my boy. I have had
Oh,
enough.
okay. Pop off, I guess. Ooh! The chanting in his introduction, it's exactly how Poseidon and Zeus and the rest of the gods are introduced. Wow. Definitely trying to symbolize his power in the situation. He is the god in the suitors. Nice.
In the heat of battle, at the edge of the unknown, somewhere in the shadows lurks an agile, deadly foe. We have
say
the
that again.
advantage, we've the numbers and the might.
No.
You don't understand it. This man plans for every fight.
Hey, that guy's smart. Oh, this is so strange, dude. Like, every time we've heard this type of musical composition with the electric guitars, super triumphant, euphoric stuff, it's always been when he's fighting some sort of monster, right? Like Polyphemus, or Poseidon, or I'm forgetting the other one, Charybdis in the previous saga. This is weird. But Harry's fighting regular old people. Like, this is strange. This is weird. It's definitely their intended effect, right? They want us to show how much of a monster Odysseus has become.
Where is he? Where is he? Keep your head down, he's aiming for the torches. Our weapons, they're missing. He's using the darkness to hide his approaches. We know these are the odds can't be tilted.
You don't think I know my own palace? I built it.
Pop off? He's right.
Oh, King, our leader is dead. You've destroyed the serpent's head. Now the rest of us are no longer a threat. Oh, King, forgive us instead.
He's trying to talk his way out of
so
it.
that no more blood is shed. Let's have open arms instead.
No.
Dude, at least you tried. That was such an instant rejection, dude. I mean, fair enough. He invoked open arms, which probably gives Odysseus PTSD every time that phrase is mentioned, man. Either way, sorry to keep yapping on about the comparisons, but this whole idea of this powerless person trying to beg for his life, trying to talk his way out of it, but is getting rejected, is what we've seen before many, many times with Poseidon, with Zeus.
Damn, he's more cunning than I assumed. While we were busy plotting, he hid our weapons inside this room.
I find it hard to believe that the sharpest of kings left his armory unlocked.
So what? Now that we have armed ourselves, let's make the bastard rot.
Behind you!
Oh, yet another one bites the dust. Oh my god, what an entrance from my boy Telemachus. The blend between Telemachus's da 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 and Athena's like glitchy piano effects. Oh my god, I have to listen to that again. Wow.
And I ensure you'll be spared.
After seeing what the king will do to us, we wouldn't dare. Brothers, we got company, and he's made a great mistake. Left the
Who is this guy, bro? You are not the main character. But he has a great voice.
Brothers, come and arm yourselves. There's a chance for us to win. We can still defeat the king if we all attack the prince.
Where is he? Where is he?
Capture him, he's our greatest chance.
Get off me. Get off me.
Fight till the prince can barely stand. Got him.
You thought. Oh no. Not those sins, bro.
Mercy. My mercy is long since drowned. It died to bring me home. And as long as you're around...
The Polyphemus comparisons. The deep voice and then the stabbing sounds that happen every beat. That's exactly what Polyphemus did.
You plotted to kill my son. You planned to rape my wife. All of you are going to die. You filled my heart with hate. All of you who have done me wrong. This will be your fate!
He's fully a god in this song, dude. The intercut of all the suitors screaming reminds me a lot of 600 Strike from the previous saga. But I do want to discuss this thing. Odysseus says, "You filled my heart with hate. All of you have done me wrong. This will be your fate." Like, no. Like, this is a bit of transference in my head. Because, you know, it's Poseidon who's done the most harm to Odysseus. Or, if you come at it from another angle, it's himself who's done the most damage to himself. So he's really just taking out his anger on some poor people. Of course, they're not, you know, poor, innocent people, right? They did plan to assault Penelope, but did they deserve this fate? I mean, yeah, probably, but like, old Odysseus would have probably spared these guys, but new Odysseus is not having any of that. Is that the longest song of the entire saga, I wonder? Either way, I hardly noticed the time. But that is the final battle of the entire series. The next two songs are going to be reuniting with the two figures he missed the most. The next song is his reunion with Telemachus, and the song after that is with Penelope. Let's get into it. This is I Can't Help But Wonder. Son. Sorry, it's just the way you said it.
All my life I'd have died to meet you. Thought about your name so much it hurts. All my life I'd have died to know you.
Little choir in the back.
Days and nights I wish that I could show you. For 20 years I never could outgrow you. Oh, and now you're here.
Miko, bro.
I can't help but wonder what your world must be. If we're like each other, if I have your strength in me. All this time I've wondered if you'd embrace me as your own. 20 years I've wondered, for so long I felt alone.
This is such a heartfelt ballad, man. I love this song so much. I've actually made a cover to this song on my channel. And much like my cover to Not Sorry for Loving You, I've also reproduced the entire instrumental track. There's not much to note here. There's one little thing that I guess I just want to mention, but I have no idea what it means. The entire song is the same chord progression. I can't tell you it off the top of my head, but in Telemachus' pre-chorus, when he sings this part, it's the only time that the chord progression changes, ever. I have no idea why. Maybe in your own time, listen back to the song and listen to this pre-chorus. In particular, one of the chords in here changes. But other than that, let's keep listening.
My son, look how much you've grown. Oh, my boy, sweetest joy I've known.
Are doubled in thirds and also mirroring
20
Odysseus.
years ago I held you in my arms, how time has flown. Oh,
Super breathy, airy, but yeah, it's just trying to convey a feeling of delicacy.
I can only wonder what your world has been. Things you've had to suffer, and the strength you hold within. All I've ever wanted was to reunite with my own. 20 years we've wandered, but today you're not alone.
Silence.
My son, I'm finally home.
Vocals.
Father, how
Oh, it's such a good moment because it's finally resolved. This is another motif that throughout the saga has never been resolved, but is finally resolved. It's the Telemachus, that motif. It's always just been that. That's all he's ever sung. But this time he finishes it off. He's home, and Telemachus hops on with the harmonies. Little father and son singing time, bonding time. It's great. The crescendo to that build-up is amazing. And I think one of the reasons it's so effective is because it's not really a typical song structure. Telemachus has a verse and then a pre-chorus. And then Odysseus has a verse and then a pre-chorus. We don't have a chorus in between Telemachus and Odysseus's verse. So it's like a very drawn out song, and we're just waiting for that chorus resolution, and it doesn't happen for a very long time until 3 minutes into the song, and then it happens, and you're like, oh, it finally has happened. And that's great.
Show yourself. I know you're watching me. Show yourself. You were never one for hellos.
I can't help but wonder what this world could be if we all held each other with a bit more empathy. I can't help but feel like I led you astray. What if there's a world where we don't have to live this way?
If that world exists, it's far away from here. It's one I'll have to miss, for it's far beyond my years. You might live forever, so you can make it be. But I've got one endeavor. There's a girl I have to see.
Very well.
I mean, such a bittersweet ending to their relationship. It's one of those situations where you have two people in an argument. One person believes in this, the other person believes in the other thing. They have a falling out. And over time, each one of them develops the other person's ideology. And so when they reunite again, they're still different. And that's exactly what's happened here. Athena is more like old Odysseus, and Odysseus is more like old Athena. Odysseus is now seeing the horrors of the world. He doesn't view people with empathy and kindness anymore. And their differences are kind of foreshadowed in the way that Athena sings, I Can't Help But Wonder What This World Could Be. She sings it differently than Telemachus and Odysseus do. She sings a bit of a harmony line. And, you know, is not completely in unison with Odysseus here. It's really sad to see because it does feel like the guy is pigeonholing himself. Like, he says, it's one I'll have to miss, for it's far beyond my years. It's like he's given up on his vision of life in the start of this series. But I guess they're grateful for each other, and it's just a bittersweet ending to their relationship. Anyway, we're on the final song of the entire series. Oh my god. Would you fall in love with me again?
Is it you?
Oh,
Have
so
my
delicate.
prayers been answered? Is it really you standing there? Or am I dreaming once more?
I am not the man you fell in love with.
Oh, he recognizes that he's changed.
I am not the man you once adored.
Wow. I didn't actually expect that from him.
Would you fall in love with me again if you knew all I've done? The things I cannot change. Would you love me all the same?
It's just, it feels like such a Disney movie, dude.
Waiting for love.
Oh my god. That phrase has been finished. So that's the resolution to that phrase. Waiting for love. That's super wholesome, dude.
Left a trail of red on every island.
Oh, nice. The ruthlessness
like
motif.
objects I could use. Hurt more lives than I can count on my hands.
Calypso.
But all of that was to bring me back to you. So
God.
tell me, would you fall in love
Oh.
with me again if you knew all I've done, the things I can't undo?
Oh, the forcefulness of it. So much personality.
If that's true,
Oh.
could you do me a favor? Just a moment of labor that would bring me some peace. See that wedding bed, could you carry it over? Lift it high on your shoulders and take it far away from here.
How could you say this? I had built that wedding bed with my blood and sweat. Carved it into the olive tree where we first met.
This guy's such a sap.
Do you realize what you have asked me? The only way to move it is to cut it from its roots.
Only my husband knew that, so I guess that makes him you.
The emotion.
With you over and over again. I don't care how, where, or when, no matter how long it's
building up.
been your mind. Don't tell me you're not the same person. You're always my husband, and I've been waiting, waiting,
Penelope.
waiting, waiting.
Penelope.
It's still going. How high are you gonna sing?
For you.
The Just a Man motif playing, the song that explored all of Odysseus' yearning from the very start of the saga.
How long has it been?
20 years.
I love you.
Wow. So that's how that ends. What an ending. They're such a roller coaster, and they do such a good job at building up into something amazing and then sort of cutting to silence or fading it away and then bringing it back again, only stronger. They did that so many times in the end of the song, and you just get overwhelmed with these feelings. How has the guy done this? I guess if we do like a play-by-play, it starts here when Penelope challenges Odysseus. It's a trick in a sense. She knows that her wedding bed cannot be moved, so she's testing whether this man also knows that. And of course, it's Odysseus. He knows that. There's opposition here. There's tension. There's a sense of disconnect here because Penelope is sort of using this as a test, but Odysseus is reading it as sort of almost like a breakup in a sense. He says here that the wedding bed is such a symbol of their love that moving it would pretty much be like a divorce, so you have two differing emotions here. And after Odysseus proves that he's actually him, Penelope is finally resolved. She's happy. The vocals that she sings, super throaty, super raspy, and it's got so much emotion to it. That's exactly when Odysseus as well realizes that it wasn't a breakup, it was a test. And that's followed by Penelope's line here. Her response to Odysseus' question that she will never leave his side. There's a moment of silence here that's just great because the entire song so far, from this moment of tension into this resolution here, has been super intense and just when you don't think it can get any more emotional, they cut back to silence and then boom, back into your face again for this. You're my husband and I've been waiting. And just when you think the song ends, here, the motif for Just a Man hops back on. And it's an instrumental section of when he sang about his desires to return home, right? The whole, I'm just a man who's trying to go home. Deep down I would trade the world to see my son and wife. And whatever the lyrics were. But they're bringing back that moment. And it's just a nice full circle, right? Because that was his sort of I want moment, his motivation for the entire series. And it's paid off. He's finally got what he's wanted. Ugh. Kudos, bro. That is such a fitting finale, and they do that so well. That is the ITHACA Saga, and with that, the entire Epic the Musical series. Let me know what your favorite song of the entire series is. But nah, this has been really fun. I initially started this series out because I knew music from December to January is very far and few between. And I knew that I would have to make something or do something or I would get a little stir crazy. So I decided to tackle this entire project. It finished releasing on Christmas, and right after that, I started the series. And halfway through that series, I picked up OBS. Every time you see these things pop on screen, that's all me controlling it from behind. And it's great. I've used this in another reaction video that I did, and I had the most fun making that video. That was a really good time. I don't know. I just yap a lot more, and I'm a lot more into the music here. So I feel like this is how my content's going to look going forward. I'm going to apply everything that I loved from the series into my other music. So if you liked the series, then be sure to stick around and check out my other reaction videos. Check out my covers if you like. That's me.